Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys QB Dak Prescott hit with backlash over latest statement. Dak Prescott is taking heat over saying that he feels that the Dallas Cowboys are very close to contending for a Super Bowl. Prescott and the rest of the Cowboys watched on Sunday as the Philadelphia Eagles hoisted the Super Bowl trophy, beating the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. The Cowboys quarterback spoke to reporters on Tuesday and shared his thoughts on their division rival. "I feel like we've competed with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we've played them," Prescott said. "I don't want to say, check the record, when the other guy is holding the trophy, right? So credit to them. They've earned it, and they deserve it by all means. But, yeah, we're very close. Especially even watching the NFC Championship and those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. As I said, I feel confident that we've gotten the better part each and every time," Prescott said. Prescott's statement on the Cowboys being close didn't sit well with some, including ESPN talking head Stephen Smith. "Clearly delusional," Smith said. "This is Dak Prescott, when has he not been delusional? I mean, we've seen evidence of this time and time again from this guy. Prescott has piled up regular season wins and has even been in the MVP conversation at times. However, the Cowboys have lacked postseason success and have not advanced to the NFC Championship game since the 1995 season. Prescott is 2-5 in the postseason. He just needs to go someplace and be quiet. The fact of the matter is that right now, the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions are in the NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles. The team they beat in the NFC Championship game are the Washington Commanders, who has the Offensive Rookie of the Year in Jaden Daniels, who was nothing short of sensational," Smith said. "We have a situation where Dak Prescott is entering his 10th year and a guy that was drafted in the second round has been to 2 Super Bowls and won one now. And a rookie has been to an NFC Championship game in his first year. But Dak Prescott has been in the league for 10 years and ain't been to an NFC Championship game. But he talking. You'd think you wouldn't be so tone deaf, have the decency to recognize your position and say, I might need to shut the hell up." Cowboys have all-in a trade target after Dak Prescott's injury update. The Dallas Cowboys will look to turn things around in 2025 under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer after a disappointing 2024 season. The 2024 season was one to forget for the Cowboys, as multiple players on both sides suffered long-term injuries, including starting quarterback Dak Prescott. Prescott picked up a season-ending hamstring injury in Week 9 against the Atlanta Falcons. At that point of the season, the Cowboys were 3-5 and in the middle of a losing streak. The Cowboys had an outside shot of making the playoffs, but they needed to get their act together in the second half of the season. That never happened, as they finished with a 7-10 record. However, the hope for the 2025 season is that the Cowboys can get back into the Super Bowl conversation with a healthy Prescott and more offensive weapons. On Tuesday, Prescott provided an encouraging injury update on his hamstring, which should push the Cowboys brass to make a trade for a veteran wide receiver to pair with CeeDee Lamb.
My health is, for sure. My health is good. Doing a lot more. Getting there. I think I'm 12 weeks or so out of surgery now, so I'm really looking to amp it up here recently. Got all my confidence, and we'll be fine.
If you are a Cowboys fan, you are excited to hear that things are going well with Prescott. This offense took a step back without him on the field for the last 9 games. However, Dallas cannot sit on its hands this offseason and not get him another receiver. Luckily enough for the Cowboys, Deebo Samuel and Cooper Kupp are the premier trade targets that could help them. Samuel is 2 years younger than Kupp, turning 29 last month. However, the San Francisco 49ers veteran receiver saw his production dip in 2024, which is not a good sign heading into a contract year. Samuel had 806 yards from scrimmage and 4 total touchdowns, career lows, likely due to various injuries. Therefore, if I'm the Cowboys brass, your best bet might be to go after Kupp. The 31-year-old receiver is 2 years older than Samuel and has dealt with his own injury concerns. But he's still under contract for 2025 and 2026, which could be more enticing for the win-now Cowboys. Micah Parsons calls for Cowboys to be more aggressive in free agency. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons is calling for his team to become more aggressive in free agency this offseason. Over the last few years, the Cowboys have been one of the most conservative teams during free agency, rarely signing a splash player to add to the team. Parsons would like to see that change this year. The talent is there. We've just got to be aggressive the same way other teams did, Parsons said, via Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I don't want to sit back and watch other teams build and us stay the same. Definitely some call to action. I want to see us become aggressive and get some players that will come in and make an impact. I want to see us bring back our own players. That's just as important. Let's see what we can do there. Though the Cowboys have often drafted well, they have missed out on bettering their team through free agency. Dallas caught flack for not pursuing running back Derrick Henry last offseason, who went on to star for the Baltimore Ravens while the Cowboys featured the sixth-worst rushing attack in the NFL. The Cowboys also lost out on the NFC East race this year, falling short of teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders, two franchises that used free agency along with the draft to significantly bolster their rosters and become the final team standing in the NFC. The Super Bowl champion Eagles particularly capitalized on free agency, notably adding players like Saquon Barkley and Zach Bond. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones seemed to indicate the team plans to at least reevaluate their look at free agency during Brian Schottenheimer's introductory press conference in January. Certainly we'll do a real deep dive on putting some personnel together, whether it be through the draft, free agency, Jones told the media last month. I know typically that's not been the way we've done this team, but we'll certainly look at it. We're going to take a long hard look at how we've looked at free agency. And if we need to change some things there, we will. The Cowboys will have the opportunity to change that approach and perhaps improve their team next month when free agency opens.